As the government shutdown enters its 27th day, it's the longest shutdown in history. The stakes for families across the country continue to rise. Thousands are already facing the reality of no paychecks at all. But soon that same reality will hit more than 40 million people who receive benefits from the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, also known as SNAP. Money for that program is set to run out this Saturday. That means 1 in 8 Americans may not be able to afford groceries come next month.
We want to reopen the government, and we need to stand by our hardworking federal employees who are doing all that they can to make sure that taxpayer dollars are spent effectively and efficiently, even under the most adverse circumstances. Remember, in terms of federal employees, the Trump administration has fired or dismissed more than 200,000 civil servants prior to them shutting the government down on October 1st.
Day 27 means it's almost been a full month since the Democrats shut down the government. And as we near the end of this month, the pain being felt by so many hardworking people around this country is very real, and it gets worse with each passing day. Republicans do not have the ability to do this on our own. It's a simple math problem. We need Democrats to help.
All right, let's go live now to our nation's capital and CBS News congressional correspondent Nikole Killion. Nikole, thank you for your time today. The Trump administration says that it won't tap into $5 billion in contingency funds to keep SNAP benefits flowing into November. Do we know why they're choosing to do that?
Well, Speaker Johnson addressed this a short time ago in that same press conference that you ran, and he did say that it doesn't appear that they can legally use those contingency funds to continue paying out benefits. So that is one explanation, but it certainly presents an issue for the 40+ million Americans out there who rely on SNAP benefits, with the USDA warning over the weekend on its website, quote, "The well has run dry," and that it will not issue benefits beginning November 1st. So what that means is that perhaps some states may have to pick up the tab. Also, obviously, a lot of food pantries potentially stand to be impacted, given what is likely to be an increasing need for food in light of these benefits no longer being paid out potentially.
Yeah, Nikole, so what is the latest right now on negotiations? Can we actually expect to see any votes on reopening the government happen today?
Well, as of now, even though the Senate was out over the weekend, there are no votes currently scheduled around government funding. You know, we see every so often the Senate take these votes on what's known as a continuing resolution that would fund the government through mid-November. So that is currently not on the schedule for today. It's possible, certainly, the Senate may try again at some point this week, although we have seen those votes continually fail. What we may see happen is that instead the Senate may take more of a piecemeal approach. There are a number of different bills floating out there to pay certain federal workers, whether that's air traffic controllers who are going to miss a paycheck starting tomorrow, or troops whose next pay period is due come Friday. There are also compromise legislation that's being discussed between Senators Johnson and Senator Van Hollen, potentially to pay not only some essential federal workers, but furloughed federal workers as well. So we'll see if any of those measures gets enough votes to clear the Senate, but those are some measures that may possibly be considered this week.
Yeah, and Nikole, I know last time we spoke, Republicans needed about 5 Democrats to cross the aisle and join them. Has that changed, that number changed at all? Has it moved up, moved down, anything?
It hasn't in terms of these votes that I mentioned regarding the continuing resolution. You know, it keeps failing by the same margin over and over again. So that's why Republican leaders keep saying we just need 5 Senate Democrats. But again, that will be a dynamic we will watch if, in fact, that same vote comes up again at some point this week, namely because you have the largest union representing federal workers that sent a letter to congressional leaders today saying, look, pass this clean continuing resolution, just fund the government, let's end the shutdown now. So again, whether that has any bearing on Democrats' posture or calculus going forward remains to be seen. But we just heard from Leader Jeffries, as you played that clip there from Face the Nation, where he continues to insist that the health care issue must be addressed as well before Democrats are able to be in a position to give those votes up to reopen the government.
Yeah. Okay, Nikole Killion at the Capitol for us today. Thank you so much for your time.